Oh my god. Whew. Lordy, did my bladder ever hate me? Oh god. Oh, I'm so glad I had to go do that. So sorry. Took me a hot second to return, but that's alright. So, how has everybody been? Welcome, welcome. Let me just popping in on over to something here. Hold on. Okay, cool. Let's just hop on into the game and let me see if my hotkey functions the way I hope it does. Or no. There we have it. All right. Back at it again. Oh. I never get used to seeing just how much craziness I've managed to squeeze into this place. But like, damn. I gotta admit, I've put a lot on here already. I'm not even really sure where I'm going to put the next one, come to think of it. Yeah, sure, why not? Here will do. Let's see now. How much space do I got to work with? Got like 20. Oh, that's perfect. 20 blocks that way. And then 24. That works, so we can do something like right there. 20 blocks around. Yeah, that should work. Cool. Okay. As always, we start with a hollow cylinder. I'll just do regular old quartz. So we put 19 on each side. Perfect. There we go. Yeah, I think this will work. Finally free from school, Christmas break. Well, welcome to vacation, Marigold. Fly around, show off some more of the builds. Yeah, I guess I'll do that for right now, and then I'll get on to building and all that. So we'll come back to this here shortly. But yeah, this is everything that I've been working on. Oh wow, Herm. I didn't expect a, what is that? Is that a stamp? What are those things called? Well, thank you for your, not super chat. I do not know. I don't know what those are called, but thank you so much, man. Oh, okay, there's my notification. So that ends up triggering that, so that works. Great question, I know, right? So this is all that I've been making. This is the incredibly laggy villager farm, where all the villagers work tirelessly to produce vegetables and produce for the city, of course. Let's see here. This is a giant clock. This is an apartment complex that I built several months ago. This is a casino. This is a restaurant of sorts. I don't remember what this building is. I just kind of made it. It's empty right now. So I'm going to have to like do something with it. Put little clever decorative bits here and there. Little tiny buildings, larger buildings. Whoa. This was the first ever building I made about a year ago, come to think of it. Oh my god, that reminds me. Holy shit, do you guys know what today is? Today is the 1-year anniversary. That just occurred to me. Today is the 1-year anniversary of me streaming. I started streaming for the first time this time last year on the 15th of December, 2020. I can't believe that. I tried to stream Anarchy Skyblock and like my connection was just not strong enough to be online and streaming at the same time or something. So I quickly defaulted to this and it just snowballed out of control, I tell you. Holy damn. And to think, this is exactly 1 year's progress. So all this stuff we're seeing here, everything, that's a good idea. I'm glad that that one person asked to show everything off and look around, because this is the perfect time to do it. This is exactly 1 year's progress. I'd say I got about half of this place finished in about a year, half of the city. And we're already back, but there's still this giant chunk of empty space. It's a lot of stuff to do, but like, that said, like, yeah, in another year, I could reasonably fill all this in. Totally. And if you guys will keep showing up and watching, yeah, I'll make it. I've been thinking of making some digest videos like what I did for No Life. And I'm going to keep doing that for No Life, by the way. So, you know, no worries. But I've been thinking of making digest videos of these streams. And if that's the case, I'd probably do it starting from the very first stream, so 1 year ago, doing a miniature digest and then carrying on and trying to, you know, keep some daily content and some other things to keep everybody interested. Just stuff like that, you know? I think you guys like that. I wouldn't mind doing that, yeah. It is impressive for just 1 year, I know. Any plans to make use of the added world height above and below? Oh, Herm. Thank you for the donation. Again. But, this is gonna make you very sad, as it made me very sad. The height limit for building is 255. 1.18. The height limit for building is 255. Much sad, very sorrow. But conversely, if I go to the overworld, so right about here. This is the current state of the overworld, which is not a whole hell of a lot. Let me just very quickly zoom on up. Where are we even? 250, 319, I believe it is. So like right here. Oh, no, it's just set block. So there we go. So this is the tallest possible point anything can be at. Is right here. The height limit here is 319, so they did not add any. It's what, 384? Yeah, they did not add any dimensional compatibility for the height increase. Not a damn thing. Oh, I didn't actually mean to go into the end, but oh well. I got a teleport back to Space Valkyria. So yeah, they have absolutely gypped us. So I do plan on doing some sort of tall structure just to like show off everything. This is just like, there's nothing here. This world doesn't follow. I think it follows the 2B2T seed, I don't remember. But there's nothing like here. See, this is the deepest one can go. Got all the usual junk. And so yeah, it's really cool that like we have access to this incredible height. But all in all, Mojang just decided it wasn't cool to add, you know, extended compatibility to all dimensions. So we are very much stuck in the 255 era for the end. Oh, believe me, I wanted so badly to make use of it. But I just couldn't. But hey, adventure is out there, but I'm right at home. So let's not worry about it. Now then, so we've pretty well seen everything. The biggest thing that I would really want to do is move the auroras all the way up to build height. the very tallest they could possibly go, which would be an additional 64 blocks, and that would be great. But just is what it is. We are currently stuck where we are currently stuck. So don't worry about it, I guess. That's all I can really say. Like, it's not where I would like it to be. But it's not the end of the world. Ah, well. We shall carry on. Carry on, my wayward son. No, that's not tall enough. Let's make it 50 blocks. It's getting there. Oh, hey, Dark. How are you? Have them floating above rather than near. Yeah, I would like it to be there to be more space, but there just isn't. I don't know. What businesses am I planning to build? I don't know yet. I haven't considered it. I'm just building buildings and having fun. Okay, so I'm actually going to make this just a little bit taller. So anyway, let's get on into questions for Jack. Okay. Tell a few Sato 86 horror stories or Brazil-related horror stories. Now that's interesting. Sato was Brazilian, for those of you who don't know. Sato, gosh, I wish I knew of any Brazilian horror stories. I couldn't really tell you. I will say, however, that one of the things that I remember with Sato is that he enjoyed... I mean, it's not really a horror story. I don't know why people would think that. Sato just enjoyed making new fags beg for it, basically. He patrolled around 00 during the second incursion. He stayed at this one spot. It was very, I don't know, obsessive with him. There was just this one section that he loved to patrol at spawn, and like he would just make the new people rue the day that they ever met him. Like, that's the best way I can put it. I don't know how else to say it. He was just not... You had to really prove yourself to him, I guess is the right way to put it. Sato was always very gung-ho to fight. But, like, he enjoyed the community more than anybody else, I feel like. And that feels so strange. Like, I never considered it to be the 2B2T community. Heavy air quotes. Back in the day. Like, that was always just, like, silliness. Like, I don't know how to put it. We were all in it for ourselves, more or less. But see, he was like... I think Sato saw the fact that 2B2T as a united thing was more fun, that we were united, you know? And it just made it more personable. Like, I enjoyed talking with Sato about crazy stuff. He idolized a lot of the ancient people. He really enjoyed, like... NFE. NFE was, like, holy ground to the guy. He always enjoyed using, like... something about the early beta aspect of things, like how everything around spawn was early beta. He enjoyed the fact that you could always touch history no matter where you went. Even if it was like super destroyed, you could always find, you know, remnants of this or that. He was an avid protector of history. What was another big thing he enjoyed? I think he liked the fact that he was part of Valkyria, and that it brought people together in a way that no other base had really done so before. And to be fair, like, yeah, that made Valkyria really fucking interesting. Like, the fact that you could easily find a base where people were... there was always something going on, people were always active. He just loved being in the thick of it, you know? That's kind of what the incursions were to him. We were all, more or less, it was a form of camaraderie. And like, yeah, I can get behind that. There's good in being able to enjoy the camaraderie of just other people's company, you know? And yeah, like, I think Sato got that. He understood that better than most of us did in a time where most of us were like, oh, that's silly. We even, Khaleesi in one of the latter bases of 2015, this girl named Khaleesi started calling him Silly Toes just to, like, make fun of his name. Just because, like, he was... A lot of people attribute it to, like, he was LARPing and shit, but not really. He was more just involved with the 2B2T community. A lot like how the Spawn Masons would go on to be about 2 or 3 years later. And just, like, in a way, in a lot of ways, Sato was ahead of his time. He could really make people either hate him or like him. And, like, I feel like he knew what 2B2T was to him far better than most people knew what it was to them. And then less than a year or two later, when we lost most of 2B2T to the Russia War, like, people would complain, but I don't think they really understood what it was they had lost. But Sato did. Sato understood what it meant to lose the identity of the 2B2T community as we'd had it up till that point. And so in a lot of ways, it's really kind of tragic that, you know, he saw the writing on the wall a lot sooner than most. Even I didn't see it that soon, that quickly. But he did, so... yeah. Real shame. Oh, hey, Mike. Hey, Alex Ramirez. Am I still in contact with Sato? No, I have not talked to him in ages. I'm really kind of sad. I haven't seen him in any time. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I could be doing this better. But yeah, Sato was he was a good guy. I really miss talking to him and Pyrobite. What's Pillar? There was a magical dynamic between him and Pyrobite. You could always sort of like, I even was kind of guilty of the LARPing thing there in like late 2013. I would call myself like Pyro's general, and I was like, yeah, and Sato is also Pyro's other general and shit. Because, like, we were always the ones who were at Pyro's side, or we were doing some crazy shit, and Pyro would involve us. I'm really kind of sad I didn't meet Pyro and Sato until way later. Because there was a whole, like, saga almost there before I met any of them. Like, early Valkyria. Okay. So yeah, just, you know, good times. Okay, so this is where it cuts off. So I think I'm just going to have it... Do I want it to poke through the ceiling or do I not? I'm not sure. And with Pyro, no, Pyro left a long time ago. I lost contact with him in 2016. Tell you how Pyro disappeared. Ooh. Well, the last time I had contact with Pyrobite was, oddly enough, the downfall of Space Valk 2. He came on once, like shortly after the end base was tackled, and that was the end of it. And he was like, do we have Elytra? And I'm like, yes, but we lost the end base. And he's like, oh, damn. And then I just never saw him again. And, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you any more than that. I know that I heard, so I couldn't really tell you how reliable this is, but I heard that he was, like, focusing on going to college soon by that point, so he wanted to focus on his studies. And that meant that he had to cut 2B2T out of his life, and, like, he'd always bemoaned the fact that he was kind of a slave to 2B2T. And, you know, that's how it was. Like, I heard Dr. Enderpickles, or rather, Bezo Passan. I hate that name, Dr. Enderpickles. We used to make fun of him for having that name, and, like, that's just such a silly name to, like, I don't want to see him that way. I want to see him as Bezo Passan. Because, like, that's how I see him now. Like, he's grown up, he's different, you know? But, whatever, that was years and years ago. Anyway, and, as I was saying, so Bezo released a, what was it, the Anarchy podcast episode today, and I listened to that, and it was funny, because Police Mike 55, the real Police Mike 55, and the fake Police Mike 55 were all on that podcast, and it was just like, whoa, holy shit. And it was cool, like hearing about all the stuff from both sides of it. It was a blast from the past. And yeah, that was interesting. And so it's funny how the reason I bring Police Mike up is that he cited basically the exact same reason for quitting 2B2T that Pyro did, and that was he felt that his obsession was, you know, too much, and he just had to quit. So, you know, to each their own. Like, yeah, if you feel the server has eaten your life and you want out, or you want a fresh start, or whatever, you know, yeah, like, you do you, man. And so, yeah, Police Mike left for basically the exact same reason, and Pyro left for basically the exact same reason. And yeah, you get the idea. Like, a lot of the older prominent players, they all basically at one point or another have cited the same thing, which is I want out because this place is eating my life. And for the record, that was not my reason. That was just, you know, I left because it wasn't fun anymore. Oh shit. What was this? So this was what? 14, so this must be like 22. No. This is 18. So this is 22. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, you guys need to learn moderation. You know, like, I get it. Servers out of hand sometimes. You get embroiled in drama, and I saw so many rushers fall prey to this exact thing. So many new people who came from then were just like, oh, I don't know how to, like, I want out. Like, the server has eaten my life. I'm like, yeah, it's because you don't know how to fucking control yourself. That was always something that I felt that a lot of the younger people, the younger you are, if you find 2B2T, the more likely you are to inadvertently have the server take control of your life, and not in a good way. Like, it'll affect your performance in school, or it will affect your mental state, or maybe some of the above, all of the above. I know Jared had basically all of the above affect him, and just stuff like that. Like, this is a place to be enjoyed in moderation. It's like alcohol. You can't just go overboard with it because you can go overboard with it. It will damage you. You'll feel bad. You'll feel like you're worthless. You know, something will make you go, ah, hell. Why did I do that? Why did I live that way? God, I wish I had been more such and such. And, like, yeah, I get it, you know. I can distinctly remember my very first time, my very first night playing on 2B2T. I stayed up all night. Legit. I just was like, oh god, this place is so cool. I'm fucking, like, I'm just going. I didn't have a job at that time. I was studying in school still. I was just like, yeah. Like, it wasn't break. Yeah, I was just like, I had nothing ahead of me. I didn't have to worry about anything. And I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to stay up all night and play the damn game. And I stayed up all night escaping spawn, and I still wasn't successful until like 2 days later. And it's just one of those things. You get hooked. This server has a way to hook its tendrils in your life and just consume you. And I was all right with that. That's the thing. Like, I've been addicted to Minecraft since 2010, okay? Like, I mentioned before that it's coming up on 12 years since me first playing the game. And yeah, it's coming up on 12 years, like, no joke. And I can distinctly remember going, oh hell. Like, it's finals week. And it was finals in 2010 when I was first playing the game, and I was like, oh god, it's finals week next week. Like, I need to study. But Minecraft. And so guess what I played more of? Or guess what I did more of, rather. Now, obviously, I'm much older now. I have a healthier lifestyle. I understand how to keep myself more controlled. So I'm not worried about it. But I know that if I had learned about 2B2T sooner, yeah, I would be right there with those poor fools who were just absolutely enthralled by it in the early days. And yeah, that's how it goes, man. Oh, whoops. I need to set a height. Let's go 55. No. Let's go 60. All right, cool. That should work. So yeah, there was just like, I can understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, I'm just like, you chose to come here. Don't come here if it's going to be a burden to you, you know? You don't have to get involved with the anarchy scene or whatever. You don't have to be on 2B2T. Wait a fucking second. I messed that up. Whoopsie. Okay. Oh shit, I realized what I just did. Okay. Easily solved. There we go. Now anyway, so yeah, it just becomes an issue for those who cannot control themselves. Like, freedom is addictive. And 2B2T is the only place that offers this level of freedom in like any game that I've ever played anyway. And so yeah, like it can just destroy your life if you aren't careful. Oh shit, still not tall enough. So while I understand it can be a problem, and so even people like Pyro were like, yeah, like I can't be here anymore. I've got to stop this. I don't blame him one bit, if that was his reason anyway. That's just what I heard, so I can't really, with any certainty, say for sure. But I feel bad for him if that is the case. I just hope that, you know, people like that, they can find some means of, like, I don't know, finding solace, and like they can get out and get free of 2B2T if it's really that big of a deal that they feel it's ruining their, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, if it's that big of a deal, like, I hope you can get out. Like, I hope you can escape from the tendrils and, like, stop getting addicted to how the server, you know, changes you. Some people are all right with it, and I've been all right with being addicted to Minecraft for the greater part of a decade. So I'm a bad example. But other people, not so much. Like they feel like something encroaching on their freedom or encroaching on their lifestyle or whatever is too much. Like it goes overboard. In which case, yeah, I completely understand. You know. I've always heard, I don't know how true this is, but I've always heard that there are people who like, they can take a hit or two, not that many, but a few, of things like, I don't know, marijuana or tobacco, or even something harder like heroin or crack, and they can take, one or two hits of these really hard drugs. And if they don't do any more than that, they won't get addicted. And there are some people who can take a single swig of alcohol and become a drunkard and become hopelessly drunk. Not off that one swig, but in that one swig becomes the gateway, and that there's almost no going back. Some people have a harder time at getting over addiction. Other people, I've heard of some people quitting cold turkey, whatever thing it is they're struggling with or not struggling with, and they just kick its ass. They beat it the first time. And there are some people who try to quit 50 million times, and they never can. That sucks. But that's life, Some people are all right with being hopelessly addicted to something. Some people don't care that it's either ruining their life or that it just has such a strong hold on their life, one of the two. I guess I'm in that category to a degree, because while I was on 2B2T, I didn't give a shit that I played it. I played it every chance that I got, and I was perfectly satisfied with that. And yeah, bad things happened, and there are things I wish I could have done differently, could have, known back when I didn't know stuff. Things of that nature, sure. But all things considered, yeah, I was perfectly happy with it. Even when I fully knew, shit, I gotta go to work in the morning. Shit, I've got this in the morning. Shit, I gotta do that in the morning. But here I am at 1, 2 a.m. playing on 2B2T. Well, I'll just enjoy it and have fun and not worry about it. So that's what I did. I would just enjoy it and have fun and not worry about it. And even now, I'm playing Minecraft at like 11:30 at night. I hope to make this, my career of sorts. Oh shit, I did that wrong. I want to be able to play and build. Oh fuck. Redo. There we go. I want to be able to do this as often and as much as I can to the most entertaining degree that I can, basically. And so I'm all right keeping Minecraft in my life. I don't know about other people, but that's just me. Like, I still have a tough time understanding it, though. Like when Pyro said, I hate this place. This place eats up too much of my time. I could kind of get it, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, but, this place is so fucking cool. You never know what you'll find. Who knows what mysteries are out there? Who knows what crazy things we'll do next? And nobody else other than the people who would come to adore, the legacy of old. People who would like idolize Fit. People who would, take the Russia war too seriously. I feel like they got it better. They understood more just how valuable 2B2T was. And then the irony is, now it's gone. The 2B2T we had is no more. And that's just how it is. The way it is, the way that it goes. And yeah, like, I'm very happy in retrospect, knowing now that, especially now, knowing that the server is hopelessly stuck on 1.12, and it doesn't really look like it's going to ever update, even though we've been given a dance and a promise. But I don't fucking believe that shit. I don't believe that for a second. So I'm happy I was able to cherish it and enjoy it and do shit like hang out on it at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, whatever. I can distinctly remember when I first got my old job, I was up, on 2B2T, up pretty late. And even Pop Bob was there, and he's like, ha 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 ha, I don't have a job, I'm so happy. Part of me was actually kind of jealous of that. And I was like, oh, well, that's nice for you, but we can't all weigh 20,000 pounds over the national average and, whatever. And then he was like, yeah, don't you have a job, Jack? And I'm like, yes. So what? I'll do fine. I'll be all right. Don't you worry about me. And then he proceeded to try to make fun of me for having a job. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I still don't know what Pop Pop did half the time he was on 2B2T. I feel like he was equally as terribly addicted as some of these other older players were. I can remember him wanting to lag the server so badly that he would shut it down. At least I think that's what he thought would happen. I don't know. Didn't really work though, did it, Pop? That whole place is still there. The server's not going anywhere. Not that I know of anyway. So hey, it's whatever. Join CPE, it's pretty popular on Bedrock. Is that 2B2T Pocket Edition Bedrock or whatever? Pocket Edition Anarchy or whatever it is? Is that the server? I don't know that I want to join a big server, is the thing. Oh shit. That doesn't appeal to me. Fuck. There we go. So yeah, I'm not really one to care about that. Have I seen Bezos' interview? Yes, I just talked about that actually. Really funny that the fake mic and the real mic ended up being basically in cahoots with each other. They colluded inadvertently, but I just find that hilarious. Like, I just figured, real Mike was ignorant to it all and didn't ever care and never really had an opinion on it. But I never knew that they were like kind of sorta in contact with each other. I don't know. Depends. But yes, it was interesting. It was very interesting. I'm happy that it worked out, at the very least. So there's that. I don't really have much else to say about the interview itself. Just like, it was interesting to hear about. But like, a lot of what I knew was just kind of reinforced by that. Other than, what's his name? Lucas, that was his name. Fake Mike. Other than him and real Mike having, past contact, Other than that, doesn't really matter that much. I was really sad when Fake Mike vanished, because even Alpha was like, yeah, Fake Mike is, or I mean, well, we thought he was the real Mike at the time, but even Alpha was like, yeah, Police Mike's cool. And I was like, huh, that's strange. I couldn't really like put my finger on why, because I had known, well, not known really, I knew of the real Mike back in the day. And I always just thought he was one of Pop Bob's lackeys or associates. And, you know, he always came off as the, check me out, I'm hot shit. You know, I'm part of a cool kids club, we'll fuck you up. And that was it. And then by the time I got established, he was a very scarce individual. Funny enough, speaking of Pyrobite earlier, funny enough, Pyro worshipped Mike. It was really weird. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect it. When Pyro was like, yeah, Mike is so fucking cool. But he was referring to the original Police Mike. So I was just like, okay, whatever. By that time, we were all... Let's see now, we'd already returned to the lands. And so I didn't really care. We focused more on what was going on the lands. And that was pretty well the end of what I heard about Police Mike until he sold his account. And so, when Fake Mike surfaced, I was just like, oh, well, you know, maybe Police Mike has turned over a new leaf, because people do that. I mean, you know, it's nothing more complicated than that, really. And I just stopped thinking about it. And I was like, well, if Alpha likes him, whatever. Well, yeah, Alpha likes him because he's not Police Mike. He's a completely different person. But the funny part is, from the interview itself, Police Mike, the real Police Mike, sounds like a pretty cool dude. Like, yeah, I'd hang out with him. Shoot the shit, talk about the old days, you know, that sort of thing. I doubt he'd know who I am, because I wasn't anyone of note up until that point. Up until 2015, about the time he quit, which is when I built Space Valkyria. So, like, he would have had zero reason to care. Pretty much. Ooh, wait. I think I'm gonna build... Or wait, no, I need space below. Never mind. I can't. So yeah, that was my very brief experience with that whole situation. That situation was actually kind of surreal. When we found out that Mike was fake, we were just like, wait, really? That's strange. Why would you do that? And the fact that the fake Mike was so, like, just... He was himself. That's the thing. Like, we should have noticed, but we didn't. So it just never came up. Oh well. It didn't really matter. Like, honestly, it really didn't fucking matter. Nobody really cared. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just one of those things where we were all, you know, gobsmacked by the fact that this was the truth. But, like, it didn't matter. Mike was... fake Mike, rather. Lucas. I need to use his real name. Lucas was a trustworthy guy. Like, yeah, he was masquerading as someone who wasn't. He wasn't. But, like, he didn't leak anything. He didn't grief any bases. He was more than happy to participate and be part of this stuff. Like, he was just happy to be there. He was just having fun. Like, that's the kind of person you want to have at a base. You don't want to have, you know, someone kind of just be like, oh yeah, I'm here, whatever. Because they're the people who don't give a shit. They'll leak. Oops. They're the ones who will be all like, yeah, invite me. And then he'll inside the base, but no. Lucas was a cool dude. I'm kind of sad that he just absconded from 2B2T. And there were so many people who were just like, yeah, no, we don't really care that you're not actually Police Mike. Too late. He was gone. Ah, well. Sad as it was, you know, we still enjoyed what little time we got to share with him. You know, that just goes to show if you're a genuine person, that tends to get you places. Being a genuine person is a good thing. And like, I've always been a proponent of that idea. Being a genuine person is a formula for success. Because there were always people who would conjecture like, oh, well, you know, so-and-so, like, yeah, they act this one way, but maybe they're different offline. Or no, there were idiots like X0XP and Pop Bob who would openly brag that they were nice people in real life. And all I could think in response to that, I would never tell them this because they would always rebut with something shitty or some dumbass quip. And like, you'd never get anything useful out of them. But I was always like, if you're such a nice person IRL, then why the facade? What does that achieve? Like, Pop Bob's an asshole. But why though? I never understood that. If you're gonna be that way, fine. But then you're just really confirming that that's what you really think or feel. And even Jared has told me on multiple occasions, no, Pop Bob's a really sensitive person. And all I can just do is like, are you pulling my leg? Are you real? Is it, what? Are you serious? You serious? Like, I can't buy that. I'm sorry. Like, I have too many dealings with Pop Bob to really, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. You just have to know him IRL. You just have to talk to him on Discord. Like, fuck I do. And so, being yourself and being a good person tends to go hand in hand toward having fun and being something, being someone people want to know, you know? I don't know. It's just one of those things. People will be whatever they will be. Can't really help it. Ooh. Oh, that's one... No, that's not an odd number. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. So yeah, you know, just let that be Daddy Jack's lecture for the day. Be a genuine person. Be yourself. Don't fake it. Don't be an asshole just to be an asshole. Be yourself. It'll take time, but you will succeed before you know it. It works out, I promise. Even if it does sound cliche as hell. It has its point. So yeah, great question. Great ideas. You'd like to hear Pop Bob talk just once. Well, the thing of it is, he wasn't even all that remarkable. Yeah. Jack, most of us griefers are actually nice and sensitive. Uh-huh. Sure you are. Now, I'll admit, okay, I've griefed. I've destroyed people's shit before. I hold no bones about it. But if you're gonna grief, do it for the right reason. Which is, I want to fuck you up because I feel like fucking you up right now. And for a lot of griefers, that holds true. But for some people, they're compensating. They're not doing it because... Like, Jared does it because he wants to fuck you up right now. I can respect that to a degree. But a lot of people are doing it as a power play, or they're doing it because of some gay psyop they're involved in, or whatever. dumb group drama. If you're gonna grief, make sure you're griefing that person out of convenience or out of the obligation that you are on 2B2T, and you gotta grief someone at least once. I mean, that's why I did my first grief. I was like, yeah, this is 2B2T, get fucked. And I did. And at the same time, prepare to be griefed yourself. Expect it. Don't cry and moan like a little bitch. If it happens, it happens. And that is that. And if you can accept that, if you can live by the sword and die by the sword, you have my respect. If not, because there's so many people who would be all too quick to torch the town of the first poor soul they come across. But if it was their house, their whatever, they would bitch and moan and complain and cry. And it's just like, dude, you're on the wrong server. Oh well. Yeah, move on, exactly. Cease the coping. The deed is done and be silent. Yeah. People, they're children at heart sometimes. Children don't have a means of accepting that which they cannot change. So, yeah, they bitch and moan. Ah, well. Such is life in the zone. Now then, let's see here. Do I think Pyrobyte still watches my streams? Honestly, no. I've, secretly hoped. But I gave up a long time ago on thinking or hoping that Pyro would in any way be connected to anything I've done. Pyro has moved on with his life. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he does. I don't even know his real name. I wish him the best of luck. If he ever, on some extreme off chance that he ever does see or know of any of this, I wish him the best of luck. There's nothing else I can do, you know? Did I release the original world download? Actually, the nerds did. But they released the world download of the third site. Some people took a world download of the second site. The first site was blank. There was nothing at the first site, so don't ask. But, yeah, so the second site, there are world downloads of it. Baron Dome got a hold of one. The nerds released a world download of the third site, which is the Rings Incomplete. The second site is the disc complete, as it was on 2B2T after the Turks found it. But other than that... Oh, wait. Oh, shit, Nuggets. This is inverse. I meant to do it the opposite way around. Damn. So it should be like that. There we go. But yeah, so there are 2 world downloads floating around out there somewhere. I don't care if you have either one. If someone's hosting it, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. This is the more unique, special one that is, my hard work. It's got all the good stuff on it. That's about it, really. Not a whole lot to say. It's just cool shit. That's it. I know there are a bunch of people who have taken 1 or 2 of the downloads and then have adapted their own thing onto it. And there are some people like Universalists who have just made their own from scratch. And they're just doing their own thing. So, yeah, there are lots of people who have access to this or that. I don't worry about that. If you have it, you have it. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna chase a world download or a bunch of places that have hosted world downloads. Like, that's silly. I'm fairly certain Minecraft.net, or not Minecraft, no, it's Planet Minecraft, my bad. I'm fairly certain Planet Minecraft has possibly the third site, maybe even the second site. I really don't know. But the other Space Valkyrias are all on there. So, you know, if you want it, have at it. If you want to fuck around and do your own thing, if you want to make a replica of it, if you want to, I don't care. Don't claim it as your own, you know, give me credit. Link back to me if you're going to show it off, but, you know, whoops. But other than that, you know, have fun. Do your own thing. If I've inspired you to make something, tell me about it. Join the Discord and let me know. I enjoy seeing what people have done. It's really fun to see other people's inspiration. Because, like, that really... That makes my day when I can say, oh, wow, I had a hand in someone thinking of this or someone doing that. Oh, shit. This is wrong. No. Okay, I can just move it. That's what? 7 sea lanterns. That's not good. So 2, 2, 2. Okay. Let's just replace it all. Quartz pillars. And then how long is this? 24. Ah, no wonder. So that's 11. Did I do 11 up here? I don't think I did. So from here, that's 10. I'm not going to count that. Although, this does meet up. Or wait, no, it doesn't meet up right. Oh, shit. Or well, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, okay. Yeah, never mind. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, whatever. I'll just have to do it every 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, there we go. Okay. So yeah, sorry, I have no contact with Pyrobyte, no idea what Pyrobyte has been up to. It wouldn't even matter now anymore. Such sad, much sorrow. It really is tough losing contact with a friend like that, though. You just don't know where they are, you don't know what they're doing, you don't know what they want. Part of me was hoping he would come back. I don't know why, just at some point, any point. And it just never happened, so. Ah, well. I think I'm going to put some platforms. Ooh, yeah, I like that better. Oh. Yeah, I like doing this better. Oh wait, no, this has to be smooth. Okay. Yeah, much better. How does it look like that? Not bad. Okay, thoughts on Ravagers? I don't really have any thoughts on any Ravagers. They're just a mob that is part of a raid, and that's it. And there isn't a whole lot to say about them. I mean, they exist. That's about it. I couldn't really tell you. Excuse me. I couldn't really tell you, like... I know they're part of, like, a certain farm. Oh, shit. That's uneven. Damn it. Ravagers... If I'm not mistaken, you can use them to break blocks. Although I don't know if they drop blocks they break. So I couldn't tell you. But, you know, they look cool enough, I guess. 2. Let me try going every 2. Oh well, it doesn't meet in the middle, but it looks good. It's fine. It's fine. We won't worry about it. Now then. Should I put some detailing here? Like so? Yeah, I like that. Why not? The Russians leaked Space Valk 4. I was on CPE because they betrayed me, Lamau. Now they're trying to hunt me. What in the fuck are you talking about? Ain't no Russians involved here. I'm sorry. I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. Mayhaps lay off whatever it is you've been imbibing. Ooh, I like that. What about this? Yeah, I'll take that. Okay. Now then. Stop advertising CPE. Yes, thank you, Mike. Advertising is a no-no. You people are grown up. Well, no, not really. I'm sure many of you are not that grown up, but you ought to know better is the point. You told the players online to raid this chat. What? Bonds is trying to recruit more advertisers. Interesting. So he's trying to get people to what? Raid me? Or raid whatever thing it is that he's wanting people to raid? I'm not quite sure I follow his train of thought. Yeah, I like that. Okay, yeah. Good job, Mike. Sick 'em, boy. Dead Bedrock server. Well, good. Whatever. Okay, let's see here. Favorite song. Ooh. Oh, that's a good one. Oh my god. Favorite song. Oh, man. Dust in the Wind by Kansas. It's... I've talked about it before, but like every time I get the chance, I will talk about it again. Dust in the Wind is such an excellent song. I don't want to like rant too much about it, but like I'm definitely going to like make my thoughts known. Dust in the Wind is such an integral life lesson I could do like a lyric by lyric analysis of the whole thing, but I won't. I'll spare you that. Just know that the idea of transience, that is to say, everything in the universe having a terminal, an ending, as it were. Just know that that is a universal principle. It's unavoidable. And the song Dust in the Wind, even though it can be a little depressing and sad sounding, it really does capture that tone, that feeling. A lot of people will kind of mistake it or misunderstand it to be a nihilistic one, but in reality, Dust in the Wind is not a song about, give up, everything is useless, everything's gonna, fade away, you're gonna die, etc. That's not at all what the song is about. To think that it's about, the futility of life, which I've heard so many people say stuff like that. Like, that's so short-sighted, it hurts. Dust in the Wind it's a strong warning to people who believe that everything is just here to stay. That everything is going to be a-okay forever and ever and ever, and that this is, you don't got to worry about nothing. Not so. Dust in the Wind is a harsh reminder of the here today, gone tomorrow nature of the universe. And it's just one of those things that if you aren't aware of it, life will slap you over the head with it until you learn it. But the irony is, if you accept that idea that everything can disappear tomorrow and that everything, nothing lasts forever and that it's okay, that everything goes away eventually. If you can get over that hurdle, then Dust in the Wind goes from being a nihilistic sounding song, nothing is worth anything, everything goes away, everything dies, what's the point? It goes from being nihilistic to hopeful, where now it is no longer a nothing matters, everything ends. It goes from that to being, yes, everything ends, but once you've made your peace with it, everything in the world becomes that much more sweet. Because it isn't going to be here tomorrow, or it could disappear next week, or whatever. And as a result, if you are more willing to embrace that and more willing to strike while the iron's hot, because things are not going to be around forever, you're rewarded for that. You get to be a part of things, maybe, that you would have otherwise missed out on, because if you've got that mentality of, it'll be here tomorrow, everything will just keep going, I don't got to worry about nothing. Well, you might end up, missing your opportunity to, take advantage of something in your life, to do something, to be something, to be in something. And there's so many things, a lot of people asked me when Space Valk 3 got destroyed the first time. And then again, when Space Valk 3 got destroyed the second time. A lot of people ask me, well, how do you go on? What? How do you get past this? And the answer is, I learned that lesson from Dust in the Wind a long time ago. As a result, when I did eventually lose, because I always knew I would lose Space Valk 3. I always knew. It was a matter of time, just like anything else. But that when it did finally happen, while I wasn't happy that it happened, nobody said you had to be happy when shit goes south. But that when it finally did happen, I could make my peace with it that much more easily. I could, I could accept it and move on. And even now, I haven't heard anything about my grandfather, in the last 2 days, but I can pretty well guess how he's doing. And like, same thing, my years of working in a retirement home where I know for a fact people can and do pass away at the drop of a hat. And this is before the pandemic. So there wasn't even the fear of that yet. But yeah, like you just learn. You either learn or you don't, I guess, that everything, including people, everything vanishes, everything ends. Life ends. And that's not something especially younger people want to know. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to embrace that. But guess what? You have to. Or you'll face it over and over and over until you finally accept it. And that's pretty harsh. But that's life. You either learn the lessons of life or you are doomed to repeat them until you do. And yeah. So that's just how my mind works, I guess. I don't know. Oh no, did you hear Russia's about to invade Ukraine and China is going to invade Taiwan? Yeah, I've heard of that shit. I hope that doesn't happen. What do you mean you can't hear me, Puff? Yeah, life is harsh. That is exactly right. But the sooner you accept it, the easier it gets to live. The easier it becomes to live, to make a living. But yeah, I hope Russia doesn't succeed and that Taiwan can be all right. I would hate for those poor people to get shafted. But I probably know that that's not how things work. Shit's about to get bad, folks. All the Fortnite kids in World War III be like, they're building walls. Puff, his mic is fine. Oh, okay, good. I think he just had to have it muted for whatever reason. Who knows? That did scare me for a split second, but maybe that's just like a one-time only thing. Who knows? Flip. All right. Wait a sec. Aha. That explains it. Bingo. It's meant to be a sort of an inverse of each other. There we go. But anyway, okay. Let's see here. All right. Next question. I'll do another 2 questions. Okay. Are crafting tables worth 4 wooden planks? I guess. I wouldn't know what recipe you would change it out to be. I mean, crafting table seems fine to me. It's not expensive. It's not like... It's a quintessential piece of hardware. You know, everybody needs it. I don't know what you'd replace it with or how you would fix it if it's too expensive or whatever. Or are you talking like you'd make it more expensive? Because that's a little bit much. Like, if anything, I'd say the crafting table is perfect. Like, it doesn't need to be changed at all. I can't imagine what you'd mean otherwise. Like, I don't know. I think crafting table's fine at 4 wooden planks a pop. Doesn't need to be more expensive. It doesn't do anything more. that would warrant that expense. You know, with the block cutter and the various furnaces, the ability to make, you know, things go faster or do faster or whatever, that makes sense, yeah. But like, I don't know, like, I can't see how the crafting table, I've never heard anyone complain about the crafting table. So I couldn't tell you, crafting tables are perfectly fine at where they are, what they're worth, what they do, how expensive they are, etc. Like, yeah, I would keep it as is. There's no reason to fix what isn't broken, you know? And currently I do not consider the crafting table to be broken. Okay. I'm liking this. Now then, let's stack these up. Still not enough, damn it. Just barely. Oh. Undo. Almost there. 75. Ooh, perfect. Okay, have I ever ripped anyone? Yes, I have ripped many people in Minecraft. I used to play Half-Life 2 Deathmatch years and years ago when I was in high school. And I would kill people on there, and, you know, that's the point of that game, I guess. Haven't really ripped anyone else lately. But in Last Life, that could change. You never know. Tune in and watch. Who knows? I could rip plenty of people in Last Life. Or I could be completely harmless and have to do absolutely nothing. We will see. I'm still kind of on the fence as to what to expect from Last Life. Maybe we will get, I don't know, something interesting. Maybe not. I'm hoping Last Life will be a very dynamic, fun program. Because if not, like, it's gonna be a disappointment to a lot of people, I feel. Last Life is coming along well, so who knows. But I do want to rip some people, as you so elegantly put it. I wouldn't mind getting into a few fights. Though the problem is, I don't have any wool for bed, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to farm wool. I could go bed bombing later on when things get more dire, but I think focusing on extra gear for my next few lives is probably a wiser idea. I also want to try that diamond mining strat again, because diamond mining has changed in 1.18, so I want to see if I can maybe make that work out for me. And obviously I want to make an enchantment table because I've got the stuff for it. That since I realized, you know, at the while narrating the first episode, still kind of kicking myself I didn't figure out that in the middle of everything while I was like, wait a second. Because all I got to do is cook up a single piece of cobblestone. Or no, 3 pieces of cobblestone. Make some stone slabs, and then just like some wood is all I need, and there we go. It's really not a difficult block to make. And then some people were getting mad at me for not making a shield. Okay, yeah, you know, fair enough. Like, I probably should have done that. Silly that I didn't figure out that you could do it with nether wood. Everybody else seemed to, except me. But that's all right. I don't like shields in the early game. It's fine, but like for later, I don't like shields because it interferes using the bucket drop technique, which is where you use a bucket of water to, you know, prevent yourself from taking fall damage. And if you have a shield in your offhand, the shield is going to kick in, and you could just block all the way to the ground without using the water bucket, which is going to be a problem. So I hope not. Part of me wants to have the water drop technique as an option, simply because, especially in places like higher up on spawn, that's a really good place to die, is to just fall to your death, because we don't have Feather Falling 4, we don't have God Apples, we don't have totems, we don't have Elytra. So many factors that would contribute to you otherwise surviving are just not present. Therefore, probably a really good idea to, you know, have that water bucket on you for the water bucket technique, on the off chance that you can make that work. Because if you can, that saves a life. It literally saves your life. Like, that's so advantageous. Because if you can drop down to what would otherwise be a fatal fall, and you can stick the landing with the water bucket drop technique, your opponent may go, ooh, I don't want to run that risk. I don't want to gamble a life. Jack gambled a life and he came out all right, but what if I don't? That could be a really good way to get away from an opponent. Who knows? So I'm not really sure I want a shield. At least not permanently in my offhand. I don't know, we'll see. Server latency being what it is, it may not matter. It may not be possible to do the water bucket drop technique. I haven't really been practicing it. That's the other thing. Ironically, I meant to be practicing that in hardcore, but I've had an Elytra for over 2 months now, so I haven't really cared. I haven't needed to. I can just fucking fly, except for that one time I belly flopped too hard. So, like, it's never mattered. So it might. It very well might. The water bucket drop technique is a godsend if you know how to use it. Funny enough, there's an alternative to the water bucket drop technique. I'm not going to say what it is because it's exclusively used in a certain location. And I do need to keep a few aces up my sleeve. Like, I realize now after the fact, I was rambling in my episode when I was narrating, so I didn't think about it. But I did kind of, you know, I didn't keep my cards close to my vest like I should have. I shouldn't have mentioned anything about enchantments, because now everybody is aware that I can do that. But there are alternatives. There are things that I can do that I've still got up my sleeve. But, you know, I really shouldn't be talking about them. At least not until after the game, so that it doesn't end up biting me in the ass, so that other people don't employ these same techniques, etc., etc. So, like, there is a secret way to, like, use the nether and other places to keep yourself alive. But I don't really want to say what way you do that. It's my secret. So yeah, fun stuff. What's better is no fall. No, you are not allowed to use no fall. Hacks are not allowed in No Life. No Life is exclusively a vanilla experience. Blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. As funny as it would be to, like, pop someone with hacks, it would just get me disqualified. Like, there's no fucking point. I don't want to get disqualified just to, like, be funny. I want to win. Oh, shit. Stupid me, I gotta go segment by segment. There we go. Oh, hey, Super Jean. The powdered snow in the nether. Nope. I highly doubt we'll ever get powdered snow in No Life. Because powdered snow, if you can't set it up in the right environment, it takes hours and hours and hours and hours, days even, to accumulate enough powdered snow in a cauldron to get even one bucket of the stuff. So no, the powdered snow technique, while useful, is not at all what I was referring to. We just don't have enough time throughout the process of the games to make that happen. And then a bunch of other people were suggesting autofish. And first of all, I can't autofish. I have to manually fish. And I don't dare get involved with fishing because then that takes my attention away from what I'm doing. Whoops. And that could spell death for me. No way. Like, some people were saying fish books and then grind bookshelves that way. And I'm just like, are you fucking crazy? Do you know how many days of just solid fishing that would take to get enough enchanted books to make that happen? Like, yeah, no, that's not happening. That's not even possible in the amount of time that we have. I mean, if we had weeks, maybe. But just if, like, we're only doing what, like 3-hour segments for 5 games in total, I think. So that's only like 15 to 18 hours, depending on how many we have in total. It could go less than that, depending on how readily people die. So, like, no, I'm just not going to have enough time to do that. I really wish, but I also know better. So yeah, great idea, but just not practical. And then other people were telling me to grow wheat with bone meal. And all I could do is laugh at that because I can literally go get free food in the nether. So why on earth would I ever waste my bone meal on that? When it's more practical to use my bone meal on saplings for preferably oak saplings to get apples. Like, it's just not worth it, man. It's just silliness like that. So I don't know. People have their own, I don't want to say short-sighted, but they have their own understanding of the game. And it can be short-sighted sometimes. It can be very kind of, you know, in a bubble. This is how they play Minecraft when they do this or that, and that's fine, but in a highly competitive environment, you got to have every edge, every technique you can possibly have, and be as refined and efficient as possible. And yeah, it's just where we are. So yeah, fun times. I'm looking forward to where things go from here. And then I think I'll answer one last question. But first, let's see what you guys are saying. Fit told us that he got God gear in 2BTT Japan in less than 24 hours using just his fishing rod. I don't know that I believe that. And I also don't know what all that entails. Like, 24 hours, what if that's the whole 24 hours? Like, that's not practical. We don't have 24 hours worth of game time in total. Not to mention, like I said, I could get snuck up on or who knows what. If I'm mining for gold, level 16 negative and level 57 negative. Yeah, I know about those. I don't know that I'm going to need to mine for gold yet, but I'm definitely going to try out piglin bartering and some other things. Just because it's way better than I remember it being. I should have done it sooner. And I've got the gold to make it happen, so I definitely need to make it happen. So yeah. just one of those things, you know. Oh, why is 1.17 and up so bad? What do you mean so bad? Like, I think it's fine. It's not amazing because content, but like, I'm happy that we got the world height overhaul. That alone makes this update worth it. Maybe something with the vines of spawn or using the nether vines. Pearl MLG. Ooh, you thinking? You powdered snow in the nether. No, we already said that. Wonder if Jack tried Township Take On VR because of the amount of dupes. No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Jack traveled over 100K in a couple hours today. Okay, well, good, lucky for you. Why in the world have I started streaming at midnight? Because this is better for some people than others. There we go. Okay, I'm going to answer one final question on the dossier, and I think that'll be it for the night. Okay, so here we have, why is my Discord role color blood red? Fuck if I remember. I don't know. Red stands out. Red looks the most imposing, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't thinking of it. I just chose red, and that's it. But you know it's me when I say something. So, you know, catches your attention. Does its job, I guess. Red is a cool color. I like it, but I'm not, like, obsessed with it. It just happens to be really good for, you know, getting people's attention. Especially since everybody uses the dark theme for Discord. So giving them a bit of a, you know, oh, it's Jack. Jack said something. Yeah, that sort of thing. But in reality, it's not like there's all that much meaning behind it. So I don't know. I think it's your imagination more than anything. Oh, I'm really loving this. Okay. Oh, you chose the color. That's right, Jean-Not. I forgot about that. Well, at any rate, it doesn't matter. It works. Like, you did a great job. That was the perfect color to choose. To the point where if it changed, I would change it back. I would be mad if Discord changed its color scheme or whatever. Let's see here. The difference between 1.16, 1.17, 1.18 is a real-life change, so players are staying on older versions. I guess. I don't know. What's the Discord? It's the Discord in the description. Join. I guess. I don't know. It's up to you, really. You don't feel pressured to. Off-topic question. Have I thought about making a mob switch on the hardcore world just to build without trouble? No, because I need creepers. I need the gunpowder to reliably get enough... or I need creepers to be reliably spawning often enough to be able to get enough gunpowder reliably so that I can always be guaranteed flight. People mentioned in the lobby where we were waiting for No Life to start up. Someone mentioned, like, you know, could you imagine if we had Elytra in No Life? And everybody agreed except me. I didn't say anything at the time, but I just thought it. That it would be really OP and that, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, no. If everybody had Elytra in No Life, they would all fucking die. They would fly into shit and die. They would kill... Actually, funny thing is, they wouldn't be able to fly. Not without hacks. Because there's no paper. There's no paper in No Life. No sugarcane, no reeds, no none of that. So there wouldn't even be a way to fly. And so all it would do is just guarantee you a safe landing if you're smart. Otherwise, a bunch of people would have experienced kinetic energy and died. And we would have fewer participants, basically. That's all it would amount to. Like... It wouldn't even be all that useful because you can't even use it to fly fast. Because no rockets. And so it would be worthless, and it would take up a chest piece slot, so you would have vulnerability, you know, no chest plate. You wouldn't be able to fly away from an attacker. Like, there just wouldn't be a point. So no, a lot of people are just like, people give Elytra too much credit because they're used to being able to hack with Elytra on like 2B2T. But if you're just playing legitimate vanilla, no. If you don't have rockets or gunpowder, it's useless. Or next to useless. One of the two. So like, I don't know. I don't think people say things sometimes, and I fully admit I'm equally guilty of this. People say things sometimes, and they aren't stopping to think about the implications of what they're saying. They just say shit. And that's fine, I guess, but like, I don't know. I try to think about what I'm saying sometimes. But only sometimes. Why do you watch my stream before you sleep? Or yeah, why do you watch my streams before you sleep? Because you like them? I don't know. Why do you watch my streams? I've never understood why people like watching my streams. I'm happy they do, but I don't pretend to understand. Shit. Okay, I don't think this will interfere with anything, so I can paste it with air. There we go. I want that that stripe of light to be there. Okay. I enjoy this. This design makes me happy. And there we go. Cool. And I can probably put some decoration on the back end, the back side here and there. Something like that. Let's put a few slabs hither and yon. And I think that will do it for today. Jack streams are chill by themselves, but doing it on these hours makes it even more comfy. Well, good. Maybe I will just keep this time slot. I don't know. I like mornings better myself, but I can understand if some people are night owls, or if, say for example, you know, school. Like school, I love doing streams in the morning, but school made that impossible. And so this way might just be the better way going forward. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm only doing the stuff that I'm doing tonight, and well, I'll be doing it for the next month or two, just because it's winter break. And so I'll be free, I'll have more time, you know. Why not? Ooh, I like that. Stack 20. Oh, perfect. Gee golly whiz, it's perfect. And there we have it. For now, anyway. I think I'm gonna carry the theming up Oh, not tall enough. Or, maybe... Yeah, that'll do. All right. Got a decent little thing, and then maybe I'm gonna put like a balcony or something here. Or maybe just a window. I need to go ahead and, I've been lazy about doing this. I need to get Optifine and get the connected textures and all that back. I miss connected textures. They look so good. And seeing everything all grid-like is strange. It's weird and scary. Alright. So then, I'm going to do one last little look-see around the building, because I've already kind of looked around the whole place. Kind of get a good sort of objective view of the place. Goodbye, Puff. Night Owl, because it's 2012 and I have to spend the next 2 days escaping spawn. Whatever, Mike. Think you're funny. Like listening to my storytelling. Well, good. I'm glad someone does. So yeah, a lot of empty space in here to work with, but I think we can make it go. No idea what I'm going to do in here, though. I feel like that's the theme. I've just kind of run out of ideas as to what to make the internals. And not by design, I mean by, like, function. But oh well. It's whatever. And so with that, my dear friends... Oh wait, wrong thing. There we go. And with that... Oh shit. What? Why is there a circle here? When did I make this? Fuck. I zigged when I should have zagged. Fuck. Okay, well that's easily fixed at least. Was this always visible? Oh shit, that's why. Okay, well let me clean up this mess real fast. Oh my god, it goes through this house too. Fuck. Bruh. Ugh. Looks like I just had stairs there. Okay, well that was at least not too bad. I don't even know when I made this circle. Had to have been early on in the building. Ooh, it just barely missed the beacon. Well, at least it didn't break that, so I don't have to worry. Shit, what I wouldn't give for fast break. Fast break makes this so much easier. There we go. Oh, fixed. Okay. Oh shit. When did this obsidian get erased? What? I'm just finding little nicks and pits everywhere. Shit be broke, yo. Okay. Enough of that. So sorry. Now then. I bid you all farewell. Y'all have a great evening. Have a safe night. And I will see you all tomorrow. Time to do a roll back of 1 year just because of that circle. No, it's easier to break it all by hand than it is to roll anything back. I'm pretty sure I made that at like the third or fourth thing I did on the entire building, which would mean I have to undo the whole building, so no. On the stream where you open the paint. What? The conduit thing? No, I'm pretty sure I made that circle today. It wasn't anything that bad, but oh well. It's whatever. Catch y'all later. Bye.